On a rainy night, in a small coastal town called Marisol, there lived a fisherman named Antonio. He was known for his bravery and his stories about the sea, which enchanted both children and adults. However, there was one legend he never dared to tell completely. It was about a mysterious island called the Island of Shadows, which appeared and disappeared on the horizon like a ghost. It was believed that the island harbored unimaginable treasures, but also a mortal danger that no one could explain. Antonio had always been skeptical about the legend until one day, at dawn, he saw the Island of Shadows for the first time. Determined to unravel the mystery and secure a prosperous future for his family, he prepared his boat and left without telling anyone. The sea was calm, but a cold wind blew, as if warning him. As he approached the island, a thick mist began to form, wrapping everything in a shroud of mystery. Antonio pressed on, guided only by his determination. When he landed on the island, he found a dazzling scene: fruit trees, exotic flowers, and a golden glow emanating from the ground. In the center of the island, there was a dark cave from which a pulsating light emerged. With courage, Antonio entered the cave and found an ancient chest adorned with precious stones. Upon opening it, he discovered an old map and a journal. The journal belonged to an explorer named Enrique, who had disappeared years ago in search of the Island of Shadows. The pages were filled with notes about a lost civilization and an artifact called the Heart of Shadows, which granted immense power to its possessor. Excited by the discovery, Antonio decided to follow the map, which led him to a hidden temple in the heart of the island. The temple was majestic, with golden walls and ancient inscriptions. In the center, on a pedestal, was the Heart of Shadows, a black jewel that seemed to pulsate with its own energy. Upon touching the jewel, Antonio felt a wave of power surge through his body, but also a sense of unease. Suddenly, the ground began to shake and the temple started to collapse. With the jewel in hand, he ran outside, trying to escape the island that seemed to be crumbling. When Antonio finally reached the boat, the sea was rough and the mist denser. He fought against the waves and managed to return to Marisol, where he was received as a hero. However, something was different. The black jewel seemed to influence his behavior, making him more arrogant and distant. His friends and family noticed the change, but no one knew the true cause. Antonio began to isolate himself, obsessed with the jewel and the power it promised. The twist came on a stormy night, when a hooded stranger appeared at Antonio's door. The man revealed himself to be Enrique, the lost explorer, who had been imprisoned on the island by the power of the Heart of Shadows. He explained that the jewel was a curse, created to imprison ambitious souls. Horrified, Antonio tried to destroy the jewel, but discovered that it could only be destroyed if he took it back to the island. With Enrique's help, he sailed back to the Island of Shadows, facing even greater storms and dangers. Upon returning to the island, Antonio and Enrique performed an ancient ritual, destroying the jewel and freeing the trapped souls. The island began to vanish, and they barely managed to escape. Antonio returned to Marisol, no longer as a hero, but as a man transformed by humility and wisdom. He resumed telling stories, but this time with a valuable lesson. Sometimes, the greatest treasures are those that teach us about ourselves. And so, the legend of the Island of Shadows remained, but now with a new ending, full of mystery and redemption.